Okay, since today is shop cleanup day, I figured I'd shoot some video of the shop before it gets bad. Hopefully it won't take as long as I did shooting the video of my grinding room. This is an overall view of the shop from my main garage door, the street. I've got an old Rockwell bandsaw. Honestly, haven't used it in a year. Same with the drill press. That particular drill press doesn't get used too much. Wet tile saw, God bless this thing. This gets used to cut all my handle materials. Don't know where I'd be without it. This here is my paper cutter that I actually use for cutting foil. I rigged up a coil here to hold my foil so I can make envelopes for heat treating. A LeBlanc that's hopefully going out the door here pretty quick. Workbench. It's an old workbench. It's been with me in several houses now. New arbor press, and some things like that. Carbidizer. Oh, what a wonderful thing that is. Makes locks not sticky. That's a variac I was using to try and make a super carbidizer. Turns out I don't know how to do it, so I give up. Various saws, welders, things like that. Assembly bench, some tools, things like that, various parts. There's my new anodizing setup I just got for Christmas, and the etching system I just built. All that stuff is actually wired with wires that run underneath the bench and come out down there. I've got a little plug so I can just plug everything in and work on my little vise there. Next batch of knives that'll be coming out. Oh, various tools, bits, hardware, all that kind of stuff. All these drawers are all filled with things like that too. This is mostly knife parts. All the stuff in all of here is all filled with screws. Got lots and lots of screws. This is the drawer just of 2s and 4s. Aluminum plate with some sandpaper glued onto it that's used for flattening material, shining it up. Some stuff that's getting shipped out. Stuff I use for anodizing. That's that end of the shop. Crap. Bits, hardware, random things like that. Sink. Ultrasonic cleaner, my computer area. I even cleaned my keyboard today. I got fancy. Drill presses. I've got 3 drill presses that are actually in use, even though I really only use 2 of them. I use this one that I've modified with a digital readout on Z and put a keyless chuck on it. That one gets used the most. This one gets used very seldom. The center one, and the third one down there is simply dedicated to tapping holes. I mostly need to tap 256 holes in all my knives, and that is where I do it. So everything get drilled on the mill and brought over to the drill press for tapping. There's the mill. We'll get back to that in just a second, as soon as I find what I'm looking for here. Found it. Okay, there's my Bridgeport. It's an old 70s model, and sometime in the mid 90s somebody retrofit it with a 2-axis CNC control. I made that myself, which is a tool changer. I can flip a lever on it, take the tools in and out. Can't see it without the spindle actually up, but that's it. It's an older J-head, variable speed, wonderful machine. Old-fashioned 2-axis CNC control, but that's okay with me because I'm a conventional machinist by training, and basically I've had to teach myself some CNC. This machine doesn't do any tool changing, doesn't do anything like that. Matter of fact, any Z-axis moves that need to happen, I do myself, just like any other Bridgeport. All that is readout for it. That goes to the Z-axis readout. There's no motor on my Z, so I have 2-axis control. I can move point to point and around contours and things like that. That's the mill. Most every part gets cut on that. Over here's my lathe. Old World War II vintage Logan. Cool little machine. I wish I had something a little more precise, but this one gets me by for all the things that I do. I would really like to have a hardenge in its place. But I've got a nice buck chuck in it, so I can actually true everything up, get everything running real nice. I just don't have a lot of control with on the carriage. Lots of miscellaneous odds and ends. Cabinet filled with random things that shops need. That's it. That's the shop tour. Hey, I kept it under 6 minutes this time. What do you know?